Now let us see what tools we require to get things started. Now one of the primary requirements for running Android or writing Android apps is the Java platform. Now you need the Java SDK, preferable is Java 6 because Android recommends Java 6, and beyond Java, now currently we have Java 8, but Android currently only supports Java 6. So you download the Java SE6 JDK, not the JRE, because it needs the JDK to run properly rather than the JRE. So you can download the JDK 6 version from the Oracle website, and after installing, then we can proceed with the installation of Eclipse. Now in case you already have Eclipse installed on your system, and preferable is to get Eclipse Juno. However, if you still do not have Eclipse on your system, then the best way to start off is getting the Eclipse ADT, the Android development toolkit. Now this ADT, it comes bundled with the Eclipse, and it has already the Android SDK, the platform tools, and the version of the Android system for the emulator. Now all these come bundled with the Android Eclipse ADT, so right away you download the version in case it is a 32-bit Windows or a 64-bit Windows or Linux or Macintosh. Accordingly you can download the Eclipse version for Eclipse ADT for your system. Now once you download it, zip it, and we'll just see what folders it has. Now this is my installation directory for ADT on Windows platform. Now it has SDK folder as well as Eclipse. Now Eclipse generally contains all the files related to the Eclipse platform. Now this is where the difference comes for Android development. Now the SDK has all the tools or files that you need for Android development. Now for example, the platform tools has a tool called ADB, which is the Android debug bridge. This is a tool we require to interact with any device or the emulator that you have for running your Android application. Similarly, we have the platforms folder. Now this has the APIs, different APIs folder. Now in case we have installed 18, 19, 20 and the L preview. Now whatever API you install through the SDK manager will have a folder in this within the platforms folder, and this is the folder where you will find all the class files for the Android library. Now this is the android.jar file which contains all the class files of the Android platform. Now similar to these common files, you have some extra libraries that are included or installed that we'll need at some stage of development, like the Google USB driver library is here, you have the Android support library is here, and more such libraries are added through the SDK manager, as we'll just see in a short time. Now all those libraries that we add supplementary to the main SDK, they are all found within the extras folder. Then we have the tools, system images. These are the images for the emulators, and accordingly we have different tools in accordingly lined up in different folders. Now this is the starting screen you get up for a ADT, and even for an Eclipse. Now in case you have an Eclipse and you need to download the Android SDK, we can go to install new software, and then you can type in the website for downloading the SDK. This path you can also obtain from the developer.android.com website. Now as you can see here, they have I think system requirements. Now it is already specified that it requires the JDK 6. Now JRE alone is not sufficient, and in case you have already an existing Eclipse, you can get the SDK for the for Android development. Even you can go through finding through this available software, and you can download all the SDK files for Android development. Now this we can even use if when we need to update our ADT with newer versions of the Android platform. So this is all we need to get started with a JDK platform, an Eclipse with Android SDK, and now in the next lecture we'll see how we can obtain different versions of Android, or how we can update the Android library within the ADT.